Hi, welcome back. And if you've cast on now a few stitches in your bulky weight yarn with your size 11 8mm needles, and you're ready to learn how to knit, what you should have before you is a cast on row. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stitches. You probably won't need more than that to practice, but you will need more if you're going to make a scarf or something like that. We're going to do a few rows of knitting today, and you can continue on. If you do more stitches across, say 25 or 26 or even 30, you can make a scarf. And you'll need about, I would say, 3 balls of bulky weight yarn, which is that number 6 on the label that we talked about, just to refresh your memory. We're using, helps when it's the right way up, a number 6 bulky. What I'm using today is Lion Brand Hometown USA. This is available at Joann's or other stores, but you can use any 6 weight bulky. I'm using size 11 needles, 8mm needles. I'm going to show you how I knit. Not everybody knits this way, but I think it's the simplest way to teach somebody how to knit. So here you go. You're going to do almost like you did for that knitted cast on. You're going to put your needle through the front of it. You're going to pull, swoop, pull around, and pull up a loop. Instead of transferring that loop to the left-hand needle, you're simply going to keep it on the right-hand needle and pull the stitch that was on the left-hand needle off. Let's see that again. Go in, swoop, pull through a loop, and pull that back stitch off. Let's try it again. Go in through the front, pull your yarn around, that left hand stitch is still on there. We want to get it off. Pull off. In through the front, around the back, swoop, pull that loop through, let go of that stitch on the left hand needle. In through the front, go around, let go of that stitch on the left hand needle. In through the front, go around, pull that stitch off. In through the front, go around, pull that loop, let that stitch off. Go in, around, pull off, in, around, pull off, in, around, pull off. Let's look at what you have. You have a row of knitting. So that first row was your cast on row. Now you have live stitches. What do I do? What do I do? You take this right hand needle and you're going to transfer it to the left side. You want the side that has the bumps on it. See how the bumps are right here? These little bumps right below your stitches? You want it so those bumps are facing you. And you're going to grasp this in your left hand with the bumps facing you. Your tail should be on your right hand side at the top. Then you're going to take the empty needle and you're going to start this process again. You're going to go in through the top, swoop, pull that stitch through, let the left hand stitch go down. Go in, around, let that left hand stitch go down. Go in, around, pull through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull that loop through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull that loop through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull through that stitch, let the left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, pull through, let that left hand stitch drop. Go in, around, let that left hand stitch drop. What you'll end up with is another row. And at the end of every row, you'll take your knitting and transfer it to your left hand, and you'll have the row with the bumps at the top, right below your stitches facing you. And you'll have your working yarn now at the top of the needle. Your working yarn should always be at the top of your needle when you finish a row. And then you'll take that empty needle and have it in your right hand, and you'll start this process again. Go in the stitch, around, pull that loop through, let that left hand stitch drop. You'll continue this process, and what you'll end up with is a bit of knitting or a garter stitch scarf. Like I said, if you use 3 of the bulky weight and size 11 needles. I hope this has helped you learn the knit stitch.